don't know if it will work. We can try. Laura, can we see you?
So we are live on YouTube. Wonderful. Now we're live on Facebook as well. I need to move this.
I don't think the Instagram will work.
Oh, okay. I can hold it here.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
We're live on Facebook as well.
We are going live on Facebook right now. Yes. So we are live on YouTube and on Facebook.
And do you want to do Instagram from your phone?
Yes, I'll try Instagram from my phone. Can someone check if Facebook is going properly?
Yeah, sorry. Hi everyone on YouTube and on Facebook. Sorry, we're just dealing with the technical issues of trying to see if Facebook is working properly. Just give us a second and we'll be here.
A short second.
And Laura can tell you how she is in the meanwhile. I'm doing very well, everyone. We are, as you imagine, we're currently in London and we're approaching a second lockdown.
Oh yeah.
But we're all very optimistic about it. There was sun outside today, so that's a reason to be happy. And we will soon be leaving the office for the next month. But aside from that, we are happy.
So we're going live also on Instagram. So we're gonna soon be live on every platform
I think
possible.
Instagram you can put it here. And we can just move around.
Fantastic. So we are live everywhere. Sorry for the wait. And thank you so much for participating. As Laura said, we are in London. Facebook works. Everything works.
Okay.
We are ready for an amazing live. So today we want to tell you about two amazing projects that we're advancing. One is the wonderful Green December that Laura will present you.
Oh yeah.
The other one is the Waiver freedom that you know about, but with the interesting new spin, which Colomb will present you. And then at the end, I will share my feelings. No, I'm joking. And then we're gonna take questions from anyone and tell you and answer any interesting doubt you might have about now. So let's start. Laura, the floor is yours.
Amazing. So I'm so excited to talk about Green December. I thought you were going to say to talk in general. Yeah. Don't worry, you can. I know lockdown is approaching, but still. So I'm so excited to have this platform to talk about me. Sorry, jokes aside, we have an amazing initiative that is coming up in December, as you can guess from the name. It's all about climate. And the reason why Green December will be focused on climate, it's because it's been a tough year for everyone.
That's the least you can say.
Exactly. And we really wanted to make Green December a month of hope, a month of positive change. We wanted everyone to be able to be part of a bigger change, to have an impact on climate, and to really take actions on some, the biggest, one of the biggest issue of our time. So what we did is that we are putting together 31 actions that you will not know until the day that they arrive. And
surprise!
Yes.
This is so cringy.
The element of excitement. So what you have to do is sign up now to receive a lot of updates, to be able to volunteer with us. We have a team of over 20 volunteers from literally every corner of the world.
Name a country, we're going to have a volunteer there.
Exactly. Or you can be the next one.
It's not the entire world, guys.
But they have double passport.
Or you can be exactly the next volunteer from a country that we still don't have in our volunteers. They're working super hard on a variety of things, from the content that you see on Instagram or other social media, to finding cool influencers, finding potential partners for actions. So if you sign up now, you still have time to volunteer with us. You still have time to be part of all the organizational thing. But the fun part is going to come in December, because we want to see all of you take actions for the climate. There are super cool actions. Andrea and Colomb also make up some really great jokes.
I think they're great, but Laura didn't really laugh when I said it. So, but I think they're great.
So, I mean, the floor is for you to decide whether they're also funny, but for sure they are very exciting things that you can do from your house with your family, your friends, with everyone that you want, and be part of some positive change for the climate.
And look, we already have a comment from Pakistan. Do you have a volunteer from Pakistan?
We don't, but
there's a start for
exactly.
How can he be involved? How can Moin be involved?
So it's very easy. You can go on our link in bio if you're on Instagram, or you can just check one of our latest posts on Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn. You'll find the link to Green December. You just need to sign up there. And if you want to volunteer, you can simply send me an email. I guess everyone by now knows my email, but it's lara@now.world. And you'll be put in touch with other volunteers and start working from day one to make sure that Green December is the best month that we had this year. And it's really easy. You'll find not only volunteers that really want to work, but you'll find new friends because it's a strong community. People really want to get involved. And you'll find people from all over the world to be part of bigger change.
And Chrome, why is it important?
So before explaining why it's important, just to recap, by the way, because we started dealing with technical issues, so we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Colombe, I'm one of NOW's co-founders. Andrea is the other one who's here, and Laura is NOW's campaign manager. So Laura has just been telling you, I'll be the moderator, by the way. Andrea is breaking all of our tech infrastructure.
Like this, we almost fit all together.
But Laura has just been telling you about one of our campaigns on climate. It's actually the first campaign we launched when we launched Now. The idea being climate is a global issue. It goes beyond borders, and it's not being dealt with appropriately, especially not in the midst of COVID-19, because it fell on the back of the agenda. So we had another year without climate action, and this sucks. And I think it's the least we can say.
It sucks.
So Lara, along with all of the volunteers we have working on this campaign, started a month of individual coordinated actions for December. Because we're super original and super creative, we called it Green December.
Laura is famous for her creativity.
But so basically the idea is another year has gone by, there has been no general conference on climate, no significant step taken to solve the climate crisis. And this matters because, I'm sorry, I don't want to depress you all, but basically we kind of thought if we don't act.
And there is hope. Because
I was going to get No, so I just need to set like the negative tone so then we could move towards the hope and positivity, but you did it ahead of time. So there's not much happening and it's actually really, really depressing. But we believe that now, and it's the whole basis of this organization, that by uniting across borders, by working together, we can change the tide. So we have a campaign that Laura has been pushing, which is to ask the UN Security Council to declare a global climate emergency. The fact is COVID derailed a lot of countries in their climate agenda, but we think that by showing that us across the world, across all countries, so from the people from Pakistan asking us questions at the same time to us in London, we can take the same actions to impact the climate crisis, to stop the climate crisis every single day of December, different actions on different thematics, to show world leaders that if us at our little individual level, we manage to actually join forces, coordinate and work together, honestly, they have to get their shit together. I'm sorry for being vulgar, but it's true, like there's no other way around it. And that there is hope if we manage to do it together. They should be able to do it together.
So basically you're saying that any of us can have impact on climate.
That's what I'm saying.
It's impressive, guys. That sounds very interesting because I'm always very annoyed by, or at least saddened by the narrative that climate is doomsday, like we won't make it, there is nothing to do, it's impossible, everything is very dark in the future. And I was looking for something a bit more hopeful. And I can take action from my living room if I'm in a lockdown, but still try to fight back with people all over the world.
What a happy coincidence that this is happening in the organization you co-founded.
No, but jokes aside, I think that for all of us, it's really important to find a way to contribute to a huge challenge where the normal narrative is, look guys, everything is too late, we are fucked, there is no hope. But actually, we believe that there is hope, there is a possibility, there is some positive change that you can bring. So wherever you're from Pakistan to London, please join Green December. Obviously, you can join now to start the preparation, to support the team, to recruit other people. And in December, you have to take action every day as much as you can.
Exactly. And Andrea, tell us super clearly, so for the two people who asked, sorry, I'm reading comments from very far away, so I'm trying to read them at the
Stanley
same
and
time.
Leon.
But for the two people who asked how they can get involved in Green December, so they go on our website and what happens then?
Go on our website. There is a huge button, Join Green December. You can't miss it. Press it. It opens a very short page where you put your data on the right, if you're from your computer, from your phone is at the bottom, and basically you receive an email with all the next steps to be involved. And if you really want to be active, the best way is to get in touch, answer to the email, and you'll be put in touch with a wonderful group of volunteers chaired by Laura.
So basically, when you join our forum, a lot of people did today, I think, from quite interesting countries across the globe.
Yeah. We had people from Tunisia, we had people from India, people from Mexico, Canada, and all of them joining in the last week, just to mention a few. So
that's amazing. And so you'll be able to work together, for example, as we are having this call. I think two of the teams working on Green December have a call at the same time, right?
Yes. So we have the teams have weekly calls where they discuss the next steps, where they brainstorm on new cool ideas of how we can make this as impactful as possible. And then they meet up at different days of the week, times that suit most people in most areas, thankfully. And you'll be able to join these teams, have these chats with them, and then the work goes on a bit by bit, day by day throughout the week, to then have a bigger weekly call with us three as well, to kind of like brainstorm on bigger topics on really how to make Green December super successful for the climate. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it.
Very easy, but you can really be a part of a happy, positive, very hopeful December.
So I want to ask you both one question before we move from this very promotional.
I feel the pressure.
Yes, it's going to be very tough. And before we move on to a democracy campaign, and I want a personal answer. So Lara, why are you joining in December? I mean, before disclaimer, Lara is also organizing it, so there's a bit of a conflict of interest. But on a personal level, why do you think it's important?
I think the most important thing is to see, for me, is to see people being able to take the same action everywhere around the world and actually have an impact on climate. So whether you're in Taiwan or in Mexico, you can take the same action and have an impact on climate. And to me, the fact that we can unite across borders, we can try together to solve this global issue is the biggest reason why, I'm joining, and I think a lot of you should join.
Completely. What about you, Andrea? Why are you taking action for the climate in December?
I'm really selfish. My nephew will be born in December. So like for the first time, I have a little baby in my family. And for me, it's really important to think about the future of this baby, as obviously many other babies on this planet. And the idea is that with a bit of time every day for 30 days, I might be able to, give a bit of 31, give a bit of hope and push the world in the right direction for the future of all the newborns that, sadly enough, might come in a way that is way more difficult from a climate point of view than what we receive from our parents. And so I think it's my duty to try my best to support the cause.
What about you?
So I think, Lara, you touched on this already, but 2020 hasn't been the best on many levels. To be fair, on our side, we launched now in 2020, we launched full campaigns, we hired Lara, we're hiring a social media manager, we have thousands of members in more than 100 countries. So work-wise, it's been great. But the state of the world, we're entering the second lockdown. It's our last day in the office. After that, it's back to lockdown, so global pandemic, economic recessions, and so on. Every day doesn't necessarily feel great right now for a lot of people, including for myself when I watch the news. And the idea of taking action and being able to have a positive impact, beyond advocacy, but like a practical positive impact on the world every day. I can't wait to feel great about this. I really can't. I really hope it will light up my day in a way. So I'm very excited about it.
So join in December. That's the most
Yes.
important thing.
Yes.
But now we've spoken a lot about climate. Are we happy with solving the climate crisis?
No, this is so weird.
This is the team that I want. So we know that the world is not a single issue. We know that there are many problems and many groups of people suffering from different issues and problems. And so we have many other campaigns going on, especially one that is working very well, bringing us a lot of results, and that is taking soon probably a very interesting spin. I don't know, Colombia, if you want to tell us what we are doing on democracy.
I really do. No, jokes aside, I actually really do. So as you might know, a couple of months ago, actually in July, we launched a campaign to create a League of Democracies. So one, I think the League of Democracy is super cool as a name. It makes me think of superheroes fighting for the world. But basically, it started when in Hong Kong in July, you had China who imposed a law which is called the National Security Law that basically cracked down on the remaining freedoms, rights, and democracy. To give you a concrete idea, for saying that you want democracy in Hong Kong, you can face 10 years to life imprisonment. You can be extradited to China, where you risk, unfair trials, lack of representation, and worse. So the situation was really dire, and we started entering in contact with activists from Hong Kong who told us, look, we need support from the outside. We need governments to start acting, to stop ignoring the problem, to stand with Hong Kong. And as a team and as a movement with people all across the world, we started thinking of the added value we could have, of how we could support freedom fighters. But not only, because we don't just want to safeguard democracy. We want to make it better. We want to make it stronger. We want to make it more participatory, more inclusive in the first place. And so we decided that a way forward would be to actually create a contact group, an organization of big democratic powers that want to do that, to both safeguard but also innovate democracy, and to create a transnational, a global democratic system.
Yeah.
And so we started working on this campaign called the Waiver Freedom Campaign, where basically every Friday we protest across the world in the streets for democracy, to demand that world leaders take actions. So concretely, for example, we're demanding that world leaders impose targeted, of course, sanctions, so economic and diplomatic, on Chinese and Hong Kong officials responsible for what's happening, on the Venezuelan government that is disregarding the very principles of democracy, on the police forces and the government in Nigeria that are killing protesters for protesting against violence from the police, on the Belarusian government that rigged the election and then tortures, rapes, and kills people. So we are asking every Friday on the streets, governments to take action and to unite. And we're doing this by uniting ourselves. This is happening in over 40 cities across the world. People are taking action.
However,
exactly. And I was going to leave it to you. However, here, for example, in London, we're entering a second lockdown, which means that one, we cannot protest anymore. Second, it's unsafe for us to ask people to protest. So, Andrea, do you want to tell us about what we're doing right now to still make our voice heard?
Perhaps. I'm going to that.
Andrea is playing difficult on this one. We're not sure why. It's been a very long day at the office.
Now, so basically, as Colomb said, it's increasingly difficult to show up in the streets, and this obviously was the case also before, but now in many countries in the world there is a second wave, winter is coming in the north part of this planet, and so clearly it's going to be increasingly difficult to show up and participate in these street actions.
When you say winter is coming, it makes me think of
winter is coming.
And the horrible scenes.
And so we said, okay, what can we do to continue expressing our voice, and not only on social media, as many people do, but actually where it matters the most, on the streets, in front of governments. And we came up with a very interesting concept. This is one of the freedom ribbon. Basically, if each one of us on Friday would take a little string of silk paper, whatever you have, an orange one, to symbolize the flame of freedom, the fire that burns into the freedom fighters' hearts all over the planet, to defend democracy and defend freedoms, and go walk physically in front of government buildings and tie it somewhere in front of the offices of prime ministers all over the world, we believe that this could be a testimony of how many people actually care about freedom and democracy, and a way to continue showing support even under the direst lockdowns and limitation that many of us are facing. So what we're going to propose, and we launched a survey today for people to tell us if they like the idea or not, is the one of starting this Friday, having a little string of material that you can tie in front of barricades, trees,
Fences.
whatever, fences, whatever you find, and send a little glimpse of hope to all those that right now can't even chant for freedom, post on social media, or express their views even in their closest circles. So we believe that these freedom ribbons can be the way forward during the lockdown, but can be also a way forward everywhere in terms of protest. We want to see these little pieces of orange silk being, shown in protest all over the world to show that we support the fight for freedom. Laura, do you agree?
100%. I think it's. We talked about it a lot, but I think it's a way for people to still be able to do something wherever you are in the world. If you're facing months of being closed at home, it is a way to bring forward and to make your voice heard. But also, not only for us that are here, these symbols are important for those that cannot speak up, for those that cannot hit the streets, for those that are facing violence from the police, arrest, and so on and so forth. A lot of us are in countries where we're lucky that we've been able to do protests with no issues. And so it is also our duty, if you can go out and if you can show support for those that have been dealing with removal of rights and freedoms. It is something very simple, and it symbolizes hope for those that are not able to do it and have not been able to do it in the past.
Exactly. So let's make it clear. We will keep on protesting in all of the places where we can, without putting people at risk, because it's outside, socially distanced, and the cases, it's never okay to have cases, but are not at such a dire stage and in some countries right now. The protests will keep on going. People are organizing them. But in some other places, it's not responsible to do it, and we can't do it. And so those ribbons will symbolize the number of people. So people will still be able to go, will still be able to shop, will still be able to stand with freedom fighters. They will do it in a safe manner individually. And I want to add one point. I think this is also an anonymous way of doing it in places where you cannot protest.
Exactly.
By putting a ribbon in Hong Kong, of course not in front of a place with a lot of cameras, but like in a discreet place, you send a message to your fellow citizens that you are still standing strong. You might not be able to put your face in it for your security, for your family's safety, and so on, but you will be standing for democracy. So this is something that we will do, but the truth being, as Laura mentioned, we are right now sending a survey to our members to hear what they think, because we get super excited about our ideas, but we first want the feedback from our members. So go on our website, check it out, and input all of your thoughts so that we can hear from you as well.
I think that's all. We covered climate, we covered democracy. We're also working on women's rights. We're working on many other topics, but I think that this week wanted to really highlight these two topics. And sadly enough, this is the last live for what they're going to be able to do together, at least in our office, because there's a lockdown coming in London. But as you heard, we're already working to continue our causes even here on the ground and obviously around the world. So I really hope that many of you will take action after seeing this video, either on climate or democracy or both, because we really need your support. Together we are stronger. Together, united, we can change this planet.
And together, united, we cannot be defeated.
And that's also,
sorry, I'm trying new chants, and the team keeps on shutting me down, so I'm trying it live now.
Should we do the dance?
No, I think that's too soon.
We do the dance Friday. But please take action, join us, because there is no other way to change what's wrong. So we wait for you. Thank you so much.
Have a good week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.